Hello, everybody. It's time for a tarot reading. The Sun and the Devil. Those are two very diametrically opposed cards. The Four of Coins in reverse. The Eight of Wands. The Ten of Cups in reverse. You have chosen to be more open and vulnerable. That's the Sun card. Like, look at the baby. The imagery of the baby. The baby is naked, right? And also, that's the thing with babies. They're very open about their feelings, right? If the baby's hungry, they're not going to like suspend that need and basically say, you know what, it's kind of embarrassing to cry right now because it's 2 a.m. Let me hold on to this and wait until a later appropriate time to let my feelings out. They don't give a shit, right? They let it out. If they want something, if they feel something, they let it out. And this is not always a negative thing, right? That's one of the beautiful things about babies. When they like you, they like you. When they love you, they love you. When they're happy, they laugh so freely because there is no filter. Everything is just out in the open, right? Everything, all of who they are. That's also the thing, right? As adults, or even just with kids as they're growing up, they learn to hide their emotions and they learn to like change their facial expressions, things like that. But with babies, no. You can see everything so plainly on their face. When they eat something they don't like, you can see how their face just scrunches up and they're like, no. It's amazing. You can see everything so clearly. But what happened in your case is, you know, when you're so open and vulnerable, that also exposes your fears and your insecurities, and that's the Devil card. We also have the Four of Coins in reverse. So normally the Four of Coins, if it were upright, it's talking about safety and security and stability. So with openness, with vulnerability comes that loss of safety, right? Because when you think about our conditioning as we get older, as we become adults, we're taught to not show ourselves, right? We're taught to hide our fears and insecurities. And how do we do that? By erecting walls to hide us. It's like we're hiding behind fortresses, we're hiding behind battlements. Okay? So, what are those walls that we put up? Defense mechanisms, achievements, right? We're like, look, I'm so smart. I have so many letters after my name. Look at that. I'm so successful. Look at my car. Look at my watch. You know, you are putting up these defenses so that people don't see how small or how afraid you are on the inside. So, in being so vulnerable and letting those walls come down, like I said, you are basically exposing everything about you, including the parts of you that you feel are not that great. And yeah, there comes that loss of safety and stability because it's like you're letting people come into your space and to see you, right? There's no barriers. um, this choice to be so open and vulnerable, it has brought about changes in your life, and the Eight of Wands is saying that it's led to a rapid change. Like a lot of things uh, transformed basically overnight for you because of this decision to be so open. The Ten of Cups in reverse. It's so beautiful. I know it looks like a rejoicing person on top, but it also looks like an angel. It's in reverse. Like, I think at this point in time, you are doubting or like kind of regretting your decision to be so open. You feel like this card is giving me the feeling of like you are happy, of course. Like that moment that you reveal yourself fully to other people is a beautiful feeling, right? You suddenly shed all the weight. Um, you shed so many inhibitions. You know, you're just like, wow, I finally did it. I am me. It's a beautiful feeling. It's euphoric. But at the same time, because of maybe the criticisms that you've received, or like I said, that feeling of vulnerability that followed afterwards, it's like mixed. You were happy, and then all of a sudden you're not. You're like, is this the right thing to have done? Like I was so happy, and then all of a sudden I am not. Should I have done that? Maybe I shouldn't have. And now it's like you can't reverse it completely. That's the feeling that I'm getting from this reading. Hmm. And just as I was doing this, I saw this card here. It's also the Sun, once again. But from a different deck. Definitely you. You just decided to say, fuck it, this is who I am. And you really laid it all out there. Which I respect, man. That's not an easy decision to make. Bottom of the deck. I don't know if this is for you. Yeah, it is for you. Okay, the Ace of Swords upright. Clarity. Clarity. Yeah. It's suddenly so clear, right? Once you lose all these other things around you, everything becomes so clear. I wonder if this is not just about, because at the beginning of the reading, I was thinking, is this like you being open in social media, like talking about your problem, sharing your life, like letting people in, like I said, into your world because you're showing so completely who you are. That's the feeling that I got at the beginning of the reading. And then when this card came out, something kind of like a different aspect of it came out. Like, I wonder if you're also something like a whistleblower. You know, it's not just exposing yourself, it's also exposing other people. Like, I'm not talking about gossip, right? Or like blind items or something like that. No, no, no. This is like you let people know something that was going on somewhere. You revealed stuff to people. The thing that I'm getting in my mind is Spotlight. If you guys watch that movie, I don't want to talk about what's in the movie because I don't want this video to get blocked. But, you know, it is about journalists uncovering something really big and really horrible that happened and shedding light on it, right? Spotlight, sun. So you've revealed something. This came to light. And of course, if you are a whistleblower, then you have the loss of safety and stability. Absolutely. even if they say, oh, this is an anonymous reporting, blah, 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 um, we know these things always have a way of coming out, right? They have a way of tracing who it is. Because, like, let's say, if you go to a hospital in the US, right, they always have these numbers of like, oh, if you see something bad, call this number. You don't have to say who you are. They're going to try to figure out who made the call, right? And the hospital, despite, posting those notices, right, or they're required to by law, right, to post those notices, they don't actually want to know what's going on that's wrong. I mean, some people do. Let's not generalize everyone, but there are people, many people, that will benefit from the truth not being uncovered. They would rather that hospital operations, go on undisturbed, right? There's this there was this movie on Netflix. I forgot the name of it, but it starred Eddie Redmayne and Jessica Chastain, so two really, really good actors. And it was about a nurse who was basically unaliving his patients, right? And apparently, he had been working in various hospitals by that point. And by the way, this is based on a true story. That's why I'm saying this. It's not, you know, there's a basis for this, and you know that there are many other people like this around the world. And the reason that they're not caught is that the places where they work actually have suspicions about them, but to investigate them fully, to figure out what's going on wrong, and try to correct it, is to acknowledge wrongdoing in the first place. And they don't want to do that, and so that's what happened with this particular nurse. It went on for years and years and years and years, and basically the places where he worked just let him go quietly rather than doing what they should have done. And so anyway, it's a very long explanation, but that's what I felt like when I got the Ace of Swords. That's not, the card doesn't mean justice necessarily, but that's what I feel like. It's like the sword of justice. It's like through your own personal sacrifice, because this is a sacrifice for you. Like you opened yourself up to attack. When you spoke up about something on behalf of somebody, or on behalf of many people, like maybe it's your patients, maybe it's somebody else, another vulnerable group, you opened yourself up to personal attack. Like, we know unfortunately that that's what happens. Even if it's not related to the issue, people want to discredit you and say bad things about you, as if that makes what you said less true. And it could have led to a loss of income, a loss of your career. I don't know how big this is, but that's what it feels like. Right? And things happen, like your life changed so drastically because of your decision to do this, to commit to the truth. Because that's what I feel like. Look, the cards double down on the sun thing, right? You really told the truth. And the truth is its own virtue, truly. You committed to it. You're like, no, it's the truth, and so I have to say it. And you do have this feeling of like, why did I do that? Why did I sacrifice my happiness for this? But that's the thing, right? You believe that there is a greater good involved. And I think this card is meant to kind of assure you that something is coming from this. If you notice the Ace of Swords, it looks like it's dropping down. The sword is like The best way for me to like explain what I'm feeling is that it's like you reached out your hand and then a sword materialized in it out of thin air. There is now a chance to do something about this that did not exist before. It was your action of holding out your hand that created the opportunity for the sword to be formed. And it is that sword that can make a significant difference to sever whatever it is that's wrong, to cut away the diseased parts. You made a real difference here, in short. Whatever it is, like you exposed it at your job, or you told the truth in your family that maybe people didn't want to hear. Maybe you were the scapegoat, or you finally spoke up about stuff. Or like I just saw this little TikTok video of it's basically a mom that posts about her teenage daughter that has Angelman syndrome. I have no idea. Social media is so interesting sometimes, right? Like I have no idea why that was recommended to me, but it was recommended to me. And so I now have a little snippet of this family's life, right? And this mom was saying thank you because there was a student that basically spoke up on behalf of her daughter, who was, as far as I know, nonverbal, and said, there are people who are not good to your daughter when she's at school. And it was another student, it wasn't a staff member, it wasn't a teacher that let her know that this had been happening. Yeah, it was somebody who just wanted to tell the truth because they believed that it was right, who was trying to get justice. And it was a student, it was a kid too. And this mom was saying, she doesn't know who that is, but she's very grateful. So I'm sharing that because whoever you are, you did what you had to do, even at a cost to yourself. And this is meant to show you that there is a difference, that you made a difference. Something good is happening because of what you did. There is power in truth, absolutely. The lightning bolts here are saying, kind of doubling down on the Eight of Wands. I know before I mentioned the Eight of Wands as things happening quickly in your life, like changes happening quickly in your life. But this is also saying that lightning will strike who it's meant to strike. If you said something that exposed people, they will get hit by lightning. Like, the justice is coming. What you did was very powerful. It's like you unleashed something. Yeah, that's the feeling that I got when I was thinking about the truth. It's like a spring that's been compressed and then you finally let it go. Like you can't suppress the truth. At some point it will come out, and when it does, it's a very powerful thing. It changes lives, and you put that into motion. You started it. One last oracle card for you, okay? Oh, how strange. Nothing will come of the situation, but why? But why? Okay, I want to draw another oracle card, but I kind of know where this is going already. See, there's two cards that seem to be completely opposed, right? Nothing will come of the situation, and then conclusions are within reach. So this is a dead end for you, is what it's saying. So yes, there are things that are going to happen. I do feel like it's justice. Um, authorities or powerful people finally doing something about it. Like maybe they didn't want to before, but now they have to because of what you exposed. But for you, this is a dead end. Um, it's like you've done your part here, and then you kind of have to move on to something else. Like, you can't keep working in the same industry, right? You can't keep working with the same people. Um, if this was a family related thing that you exposed, let's say you let them know that somebody in your family was being hurt by another family member, or you basically told somebody they're being cheated on, it could have been like that. Stuff's gonna happen, right? But for you, you can't maintain good relationships with those people anymore, right? Or you can't maintain them in your friend group. Like it's not gonna work out like that. And it's not because you did anything wrong. You did not do anything wrong. In fact, it's because you did something right, and people are gonna be ashamed, like when they see you. Because the thing is, for you to say something like this, other people must have seen it too, but they were not brave enough to do anything about it. And so to see you have the courage to do this makes them feel like cowards. To see you have the strength to do this reminds them of their weakness. It's not because you did anything wrong, my love. It's because you did something right. No good deed goes unpunished. But just know that you did what is right. And whoever it is that you were watching out for, they got help because of you. So I want to say thank you to anybody who made it this far in the video. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels, Lord, guides and sisters, lifting my hair yourself. Thank you to my cards and crystals. If you like, if this helped you, leave me a comment too. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.